Fight.
Hello guys and welcome
Red Bull
back to
took
my
the F1 world by
newest
storm
YouTube video.
in
This one
2022,
is a little bit different
defending
from my
their
last
drivers'
one.
championship
It's
title.
F1 Manager 23.
10th in the Constructors'
I'm
Championship
thinking
is
for this
not
one,
well.
we're going to start off with
It was
a
a
bottom
disappointing
team.
end
We
to
might change team each and every season. We'll have to see. I think I'm going to start with McLaren since that's the team that I support in real life. And in the game, it's 2023. They were quite poor at the start. They weren't quick. They were just really slow. So we'll start off with them. With the forename and the surname, I'm just going to name it Bosca Bosca because why not? I've been playing the game for quite a bit of time, so the experience will be. So we won't have a tutorial basically, and we'll just go straight in, get some R&D done, head into Bahrain, try and see how high we can place. It won't be that good of a race because, as I said, McLaren at this time of the season were terrible. They were probably the slowest car on track. They were literally called the Orange Tractor by most fans. So we'll just see. We might be able to push for points, or we might just be sat at the back. That's completely, entirely up to the strategy that I choose and, well, how well the drivers race. Obviously, I have no control in any racing lines. I'm not the one driving. I'm the one managing the strategy, their pace. It's all fully up to the AI that drive in the game. But we're going to start off with R&D. We're going to design the underfloor because that's usually where most of the speed comes in. I think for the other three parts I'm going to design, it's going to be the suspension and front wing and rear wing. I'm choosing the front wing and rear wing just to have the just so they're more equal to the car. There's no unbalance in the car, so the drivers can just try and fly through. We won't get these for Bahrain. We might get them for Melbourne. Hopefully for Melbourne. If not, then we get them when we get them. And we just have to stick to being a really slow car. So yeah, my aim here is to look at what's needed for Melbourne, which is high speed and DRS. So I'm not going to focus too much into the low speed and the medium speed. I'm going to aim for Melbourne because that's when we get the upgrades. So they'll be the most helpful for then, because we need a big package come as quick as possible to get the points so we can not finish last. So I'd rather try and get as many points as we can in Australia, then go for like the next race after Australia and end up really slow for the next 6 races or something and not get any points. So Melbourne is the place I'm going to be aiming to become the quicker team, try and fight for the points. The odds are we won't. The car will still be quite poor by Australia, but it's just something that we'll come to when it happens. We might be able to sneak in one upgrade more. That's really unlikely, so I'm just expecting these upgrades to come and hopefully points as well in the race. So yeah, my aim is for this season, only a season, is like to get 10-15 points. If not, we might be able to push into competitiveness halfway through the season later on. But my aim is just completely not to finish last in this year's one because the car is really slow and I understand that. So we need to push for the future races and not worry too much on the current results that we're going to get. The aim is like 2026 or something, we win both championships and we're really dominant. I'm hoping that happens. It's not guaranteed. I can see it happening though with regulation changes then. We're going to have to put a lot of research into the car for that year, which I think we can do. And we might have to scrap 2025 completely and just go fully for 2026. That's perfectly fine. We'll cross the bridge when it comes to it. But for now, we're in 2023. There's still 3 more seasons till that time comes. So I want to focus on Bahrain first. I'm debating on changing Oscar Piastri, but I think he's really young, he can grow. So I'm going to leave him there for maybe this season, next season. Depends how well he actually does. If he's not if he's pulling in the points but not miles off. No, if he's I don't know what I'm talking about here. If he's not far off Lando Norris, then that's perfectly fine. If he's just like ruining all of our points, then I'm gonna have to swap him out for like Ricardo or someone. I need to bring in the points and do what's best for the team, not what's best for the future. Which he is best for the future. There's no doubt about it. He's an amazing driver in real life. I have loads of respect for him. Same with Lando. McLaren are just in an amazing place in real life, but in this game, I would say they're rated for the right time. But then later on in the season, Oscar Piastri was definitely up there. Not as close as Lando was, but he was up there, I'd say. In the game, I also think Hamilton may be in a little bit too high, because I think he was around the same ratio of Max Verstappen. Like, there was a completely different level between them two in the actual season. But this game was completely decided by the 2022 game, I think. So I still think there was still a level between the two, and Hamilton was rated a bit too unfair. But I can't do anything about it. And the game is still amazing as it is. I can't take anything away from the game for it being like that.
Welcome to Bahrain, ladies and gentlemen.
There are a few
F1
things that I think
back.
this game could have done better, like a My Team, which they are adding
of a brand new
into the
Formula
next
One
game.
season.
So I
Every
really
team,
can't wait for that.
Every driver,
I'm hoping
whether rookies
to
or
get
champions, all start
That's
here on
pretty
zero,
soon
ahead
when
of
it comes
another
out.
year's battle for
But
glory.
then again, that might mean this series
Bahrain
also
might
gets
have a
cut
small
short,
land
like the
footprint, but
F1
it's showing its big
My Team
spirit
that I'm
right now
doing.
in the grandstands. Either way,
But again,
it's
we'll just
time
have to
for
cross the
another
bridge when it comes to
fantastic
it,
weekend
and
of
I'll
Grand
make my
Prix
mind up
racing.
then.
Williams
for the
are
odds are
taking a
this
gamble
will
this
get scrapped.
weekend on a new driver.
Or
But you
I
have to
might
ask,
try and just
will
do
it pay
loads
off?
and loads of episodes of
Stay
this.
right here, because we're
Then
just getting started.
Hopefully we're at a point where I'm satisfied with what I've done and I'm able to just move on to the next game and work with that. But yeah, I think this race will be entirely just damage limitation. So it's just hopefully the car setup's right, which luckily I've played the game quite a few times, so I should really know what around the optimal settings should be to get them to be happy and confident in the car. So I'm just setting them up now, as you can see. It's all eyes and practice to get the car right. Then it's all eyes and qualifying to hopefully put a position nearer to the Q3, if not in Q3, where we can challenge for points, which I don't expect to happen. I expect us to be quite low to the bottom of the grid. I expect to see McLaren probably even at the bottom of Constructors' Championship. They are quite slow. Luckily, the good signs is it's 15-16, so we haven't been the slowest yet. But it's only practice. Where the points are given are in the race, not in practice. And even if it was practice, we weren't in the position to get points. So it's just, you just can't tell where we're going to really finish. It's really all like qualifying here. Practice is just to set up the car, qualifying to show whereabouts we are. And then the race is just to show who's got the better strategy, who's quicker for the rest of the race, which I don't expect us to be. As I said, I expect us to be towards the bottom. But here I'm carrying on to finish up the setup. I think Piastri one was so much more difficult. Lando's was just like a quick swipe on the tyre camber, I think it was. But Piastri's was like fully messing around with his setup, trying to get it perfect, which was really difficult. However, as you can see, I did get there in the end. But it wasn't, I don't think this was perfect, and I accidentally pressed simulate to qualifying. So we've missed out on practice 3 to get a better car, which might do damage to us towards qualifying in the race. But I don't think I think I managed to
Welcome
get the
to
confidence
qualifying.
as high
Let's
as I
find out if all that
could,
practice will pay off.
to hopefully put him in a good shot, but I don't think it was good enough, unfortunately. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I should just be going straight in. The combat should just be soft, all qualifying, unless it gets wet. But it's Bahrain, doesn't usually rain, so I don't really know what I'm thinking. My plan here is to send Norris right out behind Piastri to give him slipstream down the straight, so he's quicker.
Yep.
I'll have to do the same for Piastri,
Radio loud
so
and clear.
we can try and get both into Q2. And if we do,
Radio check.
we can try and do the exact same tactic to
loud
get
and clear.
both into Q3. But the odds
Warm
are
the tyres where you can.
they're going to get eliminated
Yeah.
both in Q1.
Can bring
I'll
the
put a little
tyre.
bit of faith in the sponsor
Confirm.
obligations by saying one will get into Q2, which I think will happen, like in real life. Norris got into Q2, pushed for Q3, didn't get it, he got P11 in the actual qualifying. I'm hoping to replicate that or do better with
Oscar,
both
you've got a
drivers.
clear track ahead.
But obviously, as I've said
Let's go.
a billion times in this, it's not happening.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will
We're
back
just
you
going to
up.
have to try as hard as we can. But here we go, into our first qualifying lap. As you can see, I've tried to keep them as close as possible, so there's always slipstream going around to improve Norris's time. So into turn one, yeah, no crashes. I don't expect there to be any crashes. They're both pretty talented drivers. Don't expect there to be any stints. I just expect to see a clean lap through both drivers. Hopefully, put a time on the board and improve on that time in the second lap. So, we're only 1 second in. 1 sec, so Norris has gone purple, but there's only 2 drivers currently doing fine now. So you just expect both drivers to have purple every time they cross the sector. As I think that was an impeding on Lando Norris there from, who was that? Is that Ocon? No. It was, I think it was AlphaTauri of someone. I don't know, I can't see. But there's Piastri going purple and there's Norris going a whole second behind Piastri. That's just solid proof that there was an impediment on Norris there.
Just keep an eye on the delta.
Really,
The delta needs to be
really
negative at the end of the
unfortunate.
lap.
I didn't want to see any of that,
If you could keep your pace
but
up
it's happened.
in lap.
Copy.
And I can't do anything about it, unfortunately.
Drive
We're
to
just
the
going to have to
counter.
go out second
And we
lap
are boxes lap.
on
Yeah.
normal tyres, soft tyres, and try to recover the lost lap time to put him into Q2. But for now, he should most likely be going straight to the bottom of the grid because that lap was terrible. Obviously, with that being his first lap, that's really putting us in a bad position because any red flags, any yellow flags, that will ruin Norris's qualifying and he will most likely finish last, which, yeah, will be a massive problem. I don't see any coming back from that, but you never know. It's Formula One. In the race, 6 people could crash out, could be a red flag, anything. We could win the race. It's Formula One, anything happens. We won't win the race, obviously, but it's just could happen. It's possible. Anything's possible.
That's the checkered flag.
I mean, so it's all eyes. But there you go. Norris put himself up into P12, so I'm very happy with that. He managed to find the second he lost in the impediment. But it's Piastri here. He's gone green and yellow. So I'm a bit wary on if he's done it. Norris is currently not fully through. One person needs to finish their lap and be behind him for him to go through, which I think that would most likely be Piastri, who guarantees Norris is through to Q2, which is, and unfortunately he doesn't get any positions. I'm not even sure. It's really unfortunate, but it just happens, unfortunately. But now we just await the show Guan Yu to find out if it is going to be it is going to be P20, unfortunately, for Oscar Piastri. I knew it was always going to be Q1 elimination for him, but didn't expect P20. I expected like P17 or something. But luckily, Norris is through.
Track
Just
should
means
be
we can't do
green
the
now.
same tactic where we have Piastri ahead of Norris and then Norris ahead of Piastri. I think that is where I may have gone slightly wrong. I didn't put Norris in front of Piastri heading into the second lap. But there's nothing I can do about that now. So we just put our heads down, focus towards
Drive
the
to
race.
Delta.
But again,
And
the
we're
4 laps
box
for
this
Norris.
lap. Cool the car.
If you look, it's 1.4 to 2.2 currently, depending on whoever, like Verstappen could go faster and Leclerc could go faster. We'll just have to see. But Verstappen, Leclerc, Stroll, Perez, anyone in that top 10 is completely out of our fight for now. Our fight is just a push for points. So Hulkenberg, it may be a fight. So maybe the top 10 thing was a bit of a lie. Maybe it's top 9 is just completely out of our reach. We most likely won't get points anywhere in the race, but here we go into the second lap. Norris really needs massive improvement. He's literally 1.1 seconds behind 14th place. It's going to be quite hard to make that 1.1 second. Plus, whoever, well, it's still 1.1. Magnussen improved. If anyone improves, we've still got to improve by 1.4 seconds to even have a chance of getting into P13, I think. So we'll just have to see as Norris goes through 9 and 10, just nicely with a green sector from the first one, heading towards the end of sector 2. Hopefully picks up the green by quite a margin compared to last time, and then it's just full throttle till the final corner, then full throttle till the final flag. But yeah, there you go, another green sector, a slow driver on track, luckily. The audio seemed to have cut out, but luckily no impeding from Charles Leclerc, I think it was just a Ferrari, I don't know which one. So now it's straight to the line, see where he comes, and he finishes. He goes up to 13th place, which is massive. I expected him to finish dead last in Q2, but that's huge. I'm proud of him for that. I didn't expect that in a million years. But it's not up to the quality. You don't win points in qualifying. You win points in the race. So it's all eyes on there. But there you go. There's the order. Max Verstappen. I think it was a full Red Bull front row there. But that's not really important to us. What's important to us is who's in front of us and who's 10th. So they're the only places we're going to get points. For the strategies, I kind of just want Oscar to not have any damage. I just want him to finish the race. With Lando, I'm going to go much more attacking for his strategy to try and push for the points. So you'll see, I'm thinking medium, softs, hards, and put them all on attacking pace. Because he's really our only shot of getting points. I mean, he might not even be a shot of getting points, I don't know. But I want to get him as many points as I can. So we're going to have to put him on the attacking strategy. I know his tyre wear is really good. So the pace I want him to go shouldn't actually be that hard. I think he actually should be doing better than what the projected tyre wear will be. So on that, it says mediums will end at 30. I expect him to finish on 40%, which will be massive again. It just means we'll be quicker for more of the race. So now it's time to head into the race.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit. And here's George Russell, focusing on the race ahead of him.
9th is a fairly good grid position. If they make the right calls, they could well score some points.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. And this is it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So there you go, the race is officially started. It's all eyes on Norris to try and make the move to turn 1. He's looking at fighting Tsunoda into turn 1, hoping he can confirm the position. We're not going to get any more. Hulkenberg's right in front of us, so, and Tsunoda's right to the right of us. We can't really move over to get that overtake done. We do seem to have Tsunoda completed, but I think he is still just about there, which yes, he is. Wheel to wheel heading into turn 3, I think it is, and which he gains, I think, or do we gain? I can't tell. It's really close. It's still wheel to wheel. Hopefully we can shut him off completely heading through these turns, which we have the inside, so yeah, there we go. It's completed. Lando Norris has made us go up into 11th. That's massive. We're already a step closer, 2 points, 5 tenths away from Hulkenberg. I'm debating whether I do turn off like all attacking ideas for Norris, because we don't really want to waste all our fuel. But there's also a chance where that's stupid, because yeah, now into DRS with 2 seconds off already.
We don't
Not
want to overcook
very
the
smart
tyres.
by me, but
Okay,
we should be able to stick with Tsunoda for laps to come,
Which is
because
just a
we've got the
little bit
DRS
more,
on it.
Nico.
Yeah, confirm.
We will be slowly falling back every time we overtake Tsunoda, as it's not really that big of a deal, because Tsunoda's also being really slow to gain to Hulkenberg. But we overtake Tsunoda once more as we gain, in fact, on Hulkenberg, as Perez locks up and not far away from us, but it's not really that big of a deal, because he's just going to fly away from us already. He's already, Tsunoda overtakes us again. It's bad news, but he's losing time to Perez, and Perez has gained all the way up to Hulkenberg to make the move.
But
As
this
Norris
is what happened.
re-overtakes,
Now
as
look,
there's
here we head into
an
turn
underdog in
2.
the story. I've
There's
just
the
noticed
opening.
Piastri has made a move on Guan Yu Zhou to head up, as that's the move on Lando
And
Norris
Lando
there.
says, well, thank you very much.
It's really good news for us, but in terms of points, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a battle for highest position. It's still good for the championship, because if everyone below us gets no points for the rest of the season, we have a higher chance of getting like P8 in the championship. Yeah, Piastri, it's already a lost race for him. He's 9 seconds off the pace of Valtteri Bottas, so that's why I'm sort of wanting it to be no gunning it for him. I just want him to chill out, finish the race, and pit wheel window's already open for Oscar Piastri. Lando Norris will be staying out for a few extra laps because, well, he's on mediums compared to Piastri on softs. But then Lando will probably be one of the earliest to go back into the pits, because his stint on softs are quite short, because he's putting so much pace into it. As well, most people go into the pits. I'm now sending Oscar Piastri into the pits. So for now, we're running in 9th with Lando Norris, 16th with Piastri, but Piastri will soon fly to the back of the grid. Verstappen goes onto the fastest lap on them old, I don't know what tyres he's on, I assume softs. So on the old softs, he puts in the fastest lap. As Stroll's already looking at making a move, hopefully we can keep him back. And, well, it's not going to really matter for us much. It's just harming their chances of podium position or anything. As there's Piastri in, hopefully there the goes off just fine. No issues with the pit stop. He's just in and gone. Norris is holding up Stroll, Perez just perfectly. Not really massive for us. They're not in our backseat. We're just ruining their race, which is always nice to see us. It makes the race boring towards the end, but Norris is doing amazing. As I think Stroll's just going to fly past him now, and we're not going to gain on him anymore. In like 2 corners, he's going to lose a second to Stroll. But that is the effect on having dead shot mediums to completely fresh new tyres. So I didn't expect to stay with him, as it's already 2 seconds. As now Lando Norris's optimal pit stop window is here, so he will be pitting this lap. And, well, he's going to fall really far down because he's held out on these dead tyres for so long. So, yep, there we go. Another decent pit stop from the team. I don't think there's really going to be any battles, maybe with De Vries as he comes out. So it's a battle maybe with Sargent and De Vries to come in like the next 2 laps or something. As he's gaining. Bottas gone to pit. No, Zhou's gone into the pits. So Norris is up to 17th while Piastri's up to 19th. It's weird. Zhou's going quicker but then going slower each lap, so he's not really gaining. As Norris is gained up to Sargent, so I might try and Sargent's been passed by Lando Norris as he now goes for a move for Albon and De Vries. So I put onto an attacking idea to try and... No, I haven't. I've just left him on the attack. I'm thinking of I'm now going to put him onto an attacking
Overtake is available.
command so he can get past Albon and then hopefully really quickly past De Vries and we can look towards going for Magnussen. Probably won't happen. De Vries is what? Oh, I can't see it. 7 seconds. It was 8 seconds, I think. But Norris has passed Albon now as they head into the final corner to try and get DRS, which Norris does just perfectly and flies by him. So it's now DRS down the straight, and he's not going to get caught up by them. It will be DRS for De Vries heading into the next straight. That'll be perfectly fine. I don't think he'll be with Norris for that long, as it's 6 tenths. And yeah, Norris is clear. So De Vries, the order is now Norris, De Vries, Albon, Sargent in this battle. I don't expect... De Vries has already lost DRS heading with Lando into turn 9 and 10. So no DRS down this straight. And I don't expect any DRS for the rest of the race. So it's just Norris and clean air, which we are showing to be quite slow in. So it's just going to be what it is. We might just finish on in this position. As in the background you can see De Vries, Albon and Sargent all battling out, mainly just De Vries and Albon. Sargent's just there waiting for any any gaps or openings where he can just slot his car through and take the places. It's now just a pretty dead race for multiple laps as Zhou runs wide and loses even more time to Oscar Piastri, as Oscar Piastri is closing in on Bottas. He's now 2.8 seconds away, and I think he's losing time now. So it's probably just going to stay. Oh, Norris has moved up, I think, has he? Yeah, he has. So Tsunoda, I think, is just locked up. I didn't see it. I was mainly focusing on the timings and the grid order. But Norris has moved up, so I assume they're default from Tsunoda, lock up, or spin, or something. That's massive. That's another gain of a position for Norris. As I think Norris's windows, Norris has gone into the pits. I think it was a perfect pit stop again. Bottas is now ahead of him by 3 seconds or something, but pit stop to make Norris go up. Who's now 12 seconds behind the next position, as now it's Piastri's turn to go into pits. So 12 seconds is the difference between Tsunoda, Norris and De Vries. But everyone's starting to come into the pits for the second pit stop. I don't really expect to see an undercut from Lando here. It's not been a used like pit for the last lap. So he will probably just stay in the same position. Piastri's battling it out with Albon since he hasn't pit, but now he does. So the battle with Albon is over. It's back to last place for him. It's Norris is 15th. There we go. Piastri has just been passed by Bottas and into the pits. So 20th it is for Piastri for now. Norris chasing down Magnussen, I don't see it happening though. Yeah, he's sort of losing the gaining time. 4.9 for now, but he is slowly gaining, I think. 4.8. As now here's a battle between Stroll and... Yeah, well, here's Hamilton making a move on Stroll, and there's a little bit of contact there on Hamilton's rear left and Stroll's front right. He's a little bit slow. I don't think it's going to be much
I'm not quite
damage
sure
on
what's
debris
happened there.
at all, so there will be no safety cars to help us out. But here's a replay on just what happened. A lunge down the inside. But yeah, Stroll just turns in too much and they hit tyres. It's unfortunate, but it happens. I think they're still being the fight. I don't think it's much difference but now Piastri's caught up, I think, in this mess, and he's just slowed down Stroll so much. So the battle between Stroll and Hamilton isn't really existent anymore. So it's just Hamilton in fifth. Other than that, there's literally no battles at all. It's probably one of the most boring races you'll ever watch as an F1 fan. But Stroll has just opened up into the DRS gap, and if I'm watching correctly, they've all gone into the pits. And Stroll's actually somehow lost time, so I assume he's had a bad pit stop. Perez now into the pits as well. Still no battles going around. But Stroll has gained on Hamilton, and Stroll has just made the move and set the fastest lap, which I seem to miss. Oh, but Albon's had a spin, and here we see. He just gone there. He just accelerated way too early and spun it. It doesn't really help us, I don't think. I think we're ahead of him, and Piastri's too far behind. So it's just a little bit of entertainment in this race. Not much has happened, as I think Stroll's gone faster even. Yeah, Stroll's gone even faster on them new tyres. As Leclerc has a substantial lead over Verstappen of 9.2 seconds. I didn't expect to see that heading into this race. I expected Verstappen domination. But now it's a battle between Stroll and Ocon here, as Stroll makes a lovely move past Ocon in turn 10. Never expected that either. I expected Stroll to be really far behind. Never mind, he's doing really well. And Hamilton's down in the DRS on Esteban Ocon, who I don't think has good ones, so I reckon it's soon that he's going to hit. But it's most likely going to be DRS for Hamilton heading into the straight. Still, I think it's too far to carry on the battle with Stroll that he had earlier. But there is one more battle now on the grid, which is Piastri and Zhou, who I knew right at the back. And yet there you go, off on into the pit, and Hamilton trying to chase down Stroll. Don't think it'll happen for the next few laps. So there's two battles. There's only one battle now, as Hulkenberg and Ocon are in the pits. There's going to be no battles, I don't think, still. Gasly's out, 3 seconds behind his team. No, Ocon's out, and Gasly's 3 seconds behind. As there's a battle between Tsunoda and Hulkenberg, and Magnussen's not far off, so he's 3 seconds. And I don't know how old Tsunoda's tyres are, but Hulkenberg being there may slow Tsunoda so much down that Magnussen picks up the pace and gets back into the battle.
We will want a little bit of Lyco
with 9 seconds behind Magnussen. So we're not in a battle on Norris's half. We are in a battle with Piastri, but Zhou has just dropped like his whole entire second on Piastri, so I don't know what's quite happened there. He's locked up. If he's gone too deep, I don't know what's gone on there. Something has happened there, but he's gaining again. A weird fight. There is now a new battle opening with Albon. Albon has gained on Bottas. So the race is opening in these final 13 laps, which is massive. It makes the race so much more exciting. As Zhou is back on Piastri's tail, Albon is still battling with Bottas. Sargent's ahead by 2.4 seconds. He should be safe for these next few laps. There's the battle between Hulkenberg and Tsunoda. Tsunoda has made the move in the past few laps, I don't know when. But Hulkenberg looks to make a move, but there's no move there. Magnussen's still lurking in the background, gaining a second since I last saw him. As now here goes Guan Yu Zhou looking for a move on our own driver, Oscar Piastri round the outside. Will he get it? Yeah, he's clear. Again, don't know the difference on tyres. I don't know if Zhou's got better tyres and pushing harder, or if it was just a poor defending by Piastri. But Norris, yeah, he's pretty safe. He's 12 seconds ahead, 15 seconds, no, 13 seconds behind, ahead of the Vries. So he's just sort of in no man's land. As Leclerc's also in no man's land. No, he's not really. He's just made a pass on the 3. So he's still quite far. And here goes Piastri trying to make a move, but there's no move there for him. So Zhou Guan Yu, but going back to this battle between Tsunoda and Hülkenberg, Magnussen has just closed it up into the DRS zone. So now we've got a 3-way battle, most likely all heading into turn 1. I don't know if we'll see 3 wide or we'll just see 2 wide.
We want to manage our tyre
third
budget.
wheel on the back. But we'll see, can Hülkenberg make a move on, well, the Haas lookalike of AlphaTauri? Heading into turn 1, they're going wheel to wheel now. Who gets the brakes? It's close, but it's Hülkenberg who takes place, and Magnussen's now close up, really seriously close now into the next DRS zone. Both cars have DRS, and it's just, can Hülkenberg defend so much that Magnussen gets past, or can Hülkenberg go really quick that Tsunoda loses in the DRS and Magnussen just flies past him? We'll never know. But Bottas has made a move on Sargent in the previous lap, and now there's a whole new battle between Bottas and Sargent, with Albon just behind Piastri, and Zhou is still an ongoing battle. But Piastri's just lost out on DRS as they go down the main straight, so he will probably get the DRS back here. He's into 0.9 heading, so in the next straight they'll have DRS. Tsunoda is still trying to keep the positions, but it's not enough, and Magnussen goes past. You can just see the difference. They've lost 1.3 seconds on Hülkenberg. So it's a Haas masterclass here in Bahrain. Tsunoda's losing out time in a crazy way. He's gone down to 1 second. I think he just about had enough time on the DRS protection zone, so it will be DRS with Tsunoda. I wasn't sure about Magnussen either, but he seems to have just about got it. And now he goes onto a battle with Hülkenberg, and Tsunoda's a lost fight. The other battles that are still Sargent and Bottas and Zhou and Piastri. So Alfa Romeo are still in 2 battles with 2 different cars. Albon's sort of falling off in that battle, and Norris is still in no man's land, near no one. The Stroll-Hamilton battle we saw earlier on with collision is completely dead now. Hamilton 4 seconds behind Stroll, and overall, the top 10, there's no battles going on. So for them, it's just going to be clean air all the way through to the end of the race. But here on the Haas team is a battle between the Haases. I don't know what's going on with the team. I don't know if they're telling them to back off, whether they're telling them may the best man win. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting. Because I don't know if there's going to be moves, as that looked like there was a potential move opening up to Magnussen, but he hasn't gone for it, and there's DRS again. Piastri's gaining on Zhou now, but yeah, still no battles going around. Sargent is one other battle, but here comes Magnussen on Hülkenberg. Can he take the place into turn 1? No, he backs out. Sargent's not getting enough time on Bottas to make the move. Albon gaining on that fight, but here's Piastri and Zhou Guan Yu the battle for 19, Rosser battle. Just a battle, the new, slow. Yeah, they've really been slow. It's been a really poor race in Piastri, and no doubt in Alfa Romeo's eyes, it might be a bad race for them too. I don't know, because they're obviously the slowest car on the grid, so they might take it as a loss because of where Bottas is and where Zhou is. There's a massive difference there of like 22 seconds or something. As Sargent's lost a lot of time, and so has Albon. And Sargent's losing even more time, to the point Albon's now right behind him. And they're now gaining crazily on Bottas. So I don't know what's going on at the bottom here. As Piastri has just lost 2 seconds of this brand new Zhou. So that might be a lost cause. As Zhou's just completely picked up the pace. He's gained 3 seconds on Albon, but now lost 2 on him. As here's a battle between Perez and Sainz. Not really close enough, but Perez has just set the fastest lap, so I don't know how, because I think they're quite dead tyres. I don't know what type of tyres, but now heading towards turn 1, I don't think there's going to be a move. I think it's too far back, which yes, he is. But this is looking like a good battle towards the end of the race, as there's also another battle up with Alonso and Verstappen for second place, and the whole race is opening up towards the end of the race. It's 52 laps, there's only 5 laps left. In fact, maybe more, maybe less. I think it's 5.5. But now Perez looking for a best shot on Sainz, down the inside. It seems like he's got him, but it's now on the inside for Carlos Sainz, round the long right-hander, back into another right-hander. I think Sainz might just about have enough, as there's the tyres. But they're still going wheel to wheel heading into the final corner. I don't know who's going to have DRS. I think it's just going to be Sainz, as it is down the inside.
6 laps to go.
Has he lost it? No, he's still there. And now with DRS, I assume he's just going to fly past him and carry on with his race. Going back to the other battles, Alonso is still there right behind Verstappen, but I think, no, the race is completely closed off with Sainz having the DRS again. The battle towards the bottom has opened up again. Sargent, Albon, both in DRS range. Piastri's lost the time, but I mean, this battle up here is still going on with Perez, Sainz, and Alonso Verstappen is still going on as Verstappen's gaining on Leclerc, so we might see the final lap being a 3-way battle for first place. Maybe even 5-way, depending on how quick Sainz and Perez are. I don't see it happening with Sainz and Perez, but maybe for Verstappen, Alonso. But here's the battle between Bottas, Sargent, and maybe Albon. I think Albon's just about got DRS, as I don't think there's going to be a move here. Yeah, no, turn 1, he's right behind, trying to look for the move though. Bottas, again, stranded, no DRS. He still keeps the place. The other battles going around are still Perez, Sainz, and Alonso Verstappen. They're the other 2. Hamilton and Stroll are completely gone. Stroll's in no man's land, just like Lando Norris is. But there's a battle of the Alpines that I've just noticed.
Nothing at this point.
With a 0.8 seconds.
And the rear just lets go.
Well, no, it's not
a mistake they'll want to make again.
Massive spin for Hülkenberg, I think it was. Massive spin. That's going to really cause some problems, maybe, at Haas. But I mean, it seems like completely fine. Magnussen not near points, and Tsunoda's nowhere near him. But never mind, I was wrong about the battle with the Alpines. They were nowhere near. It was 8 seconds instead of 0 seconds. Verstappen's gained up into the 2 seconds. Sainz, Perez is still going on, but Perez has actually taken the place of Sainz. So we'll have to see this battle all the way to the end, as Piastri's just gone to DRS with Zhou. I think he was in DRS originally and just gained a little bit more, as it's 0.9 with them. But it's 0.4 here with Sainz and Perez heading towards the final right-hander, the final corner of the lap, as Leclerc crosses the line to make it the final lap. Verstappen 1.5. I don't see a different race leader to win the race
Use
other than
overtake.
Leclerc, who has, well, dominated the race for so many laps until now and slipped up. But Alonso somehow has lost 13 seconds to Verstappen in the past 5 laps. That's crazy. As here's Piastri heading towards the final lap, looking for a move on Zhou Guanyu. It's not going to happen, I don't think. He chases him down. It's looking down the inside, but no, he backs out. But he's still got DRS heading into the next straight. Oh, he's cut out there by Zhou Guanyu. So that's a close battle. Heading into the next straight,
Charles
though.
Leclerc is today's winner.
So Leclerc has just claimed victory with
Good job,
Verstappen
Mr. Checkered
second.
flag.
Alonso comes third. That's your podium for today's race. Norris claims the Finnish flag in 14th place, as there's the battle on Piastri and Zhou. Piastri just made the move. Great last lap move. Unfortunately, it's not for points. It's for 19th place. But
Now there's the car of Piastri.
that's still good for confidence, I guess.
They
He's
decide to
managed to
give it
make
a
the
go.
move, and there's the move. It's from as soon as he hits the
And Oscar
apex,
Piastri
it's a
climbs
complete
higher.
move. It's now just to go to the victory flag, finish in 19th place
Okay, that's
if
the
he can
checkered
keep
flag.
it.
Well done.
Zhou could still win, get 19th place here, and into the final corner. Zhou's a 0.3 seconds away here. I don't see any move happening, and Piastri comes 19th place here in Bahrain. That's the race for us finished. Again, what I expected. Not points. In fact, Norris actually
That's
lost
a
the
really
position.
miserable day for Oscar Piastri.
However,
It's been a
this man
very
here,
frustrating
Piastri,
day for them.
he didn't.
They
He
lead
gained
without
one
any point.
for
That's
19th
not
place.
the sort of performance we'd expect to see, really.
It's a poor race for us.
Out and onto the
Hopefully
podium
he can
steps
improve
Charles Leclerc.
for Saudi
the
Arabia
driver from
in our
Monaco,
next
really
race
deserving
weekend.
of that
As
top
there's
3
your
spot.
podium, Leclerc, Alonso,
Their first win of the
Verstappen.
season, and the team looking on will be
it's
very
Leclerc,
proud, I'm
Verstappen,
sure.
Alonso. Leclerc takes his trophy.
And we've certainly kicked things
And that's
off
a
in
different
style
way to look at this
here at the
2023
Bahrain
season.
Grand Prix.
Leclerc winning a race. Didn't have that on my bingo card. I had Verstappen winning by 13 seconds. But as I said, Formula One's anything can happen. And that's proof right there.
Now, Karun,
Your
with that
race
result
winner,
in mind,
Charles
what would
Leclerc.
they be feeling like down
I
at
don't know
McLaren?
why we're clapping. We've just finished
It was a strangely
14th
mixed
and
weekend for them. We saw one driver
second
put
to
in a
last.
strong performance,
So
but it was a different story for
I
the
don't know why
other.
we're clapping,
Definitely positives there, though.
I guess we're praising Oscar
And
Piastri's
that is about that for this
overtaking
weekend's
final,
action here in Bahrain.
2 sectors.
The teams now look ahead to the next round.
But that's your race for today. There's your race results. Not really much of a battle. There was one between Verstappen and Charles Leclerc right to the final lap. That's your drivers, just the same as the race results, and that's your constructors. Ferrari leading Red Bull, leading Aston, leading Mercedes, with Alpine finishing off in the points. Your pit stops, not really massive. We were 6th and 8th, so we did get points for something, just for pit stops, so it's not really relevant. At least we got points though. No messing up in our pit stops. We got them done, got them out. So there you go. Piastri knocked out in Q1. It's a shame, but it just happens. There you go. We've made our money, but that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and we'll come back to race in Saudi Arabia next time out. Thank you. And remember, keep me ahead of Vinny Banerjee Skate subscribers. He violates poor little 8-year-olds on scooters. It's not nice, is it? Thank you.